is Veronica. I'm broker owner of Veronicas Realty. I'm going to give you everything that you need to know about real estate. Among the many responsibilities of a realtor, the most important being protection for you, the client, as well as for the public. We're also fiduciary agents, so we have to be accountable, diligent, and we have to have full disclosure. A seller needs to work with an agent who is knowledgeable of the market, has experience in the market, that can negotiate, has strategy, and also has to have the resources. A buyer is very much like a seller, location, conditions, so forth. So you really want to have an agent that has experience, is knowledgeable of the market, has the resources to be able to help that buyer in if they need additional things done to the home. What most buyers don't realize, and it's a myth, is that they tell you that the seller pays the commission. It's not true. It's all rolled into what the buyer is paying for part of the mortgage. Wouldn't you want to have an agent that is knowledgeable, experienced, and be able to guide you so that you can build equity in your home? Of course, we always hear location, 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 and that is the most important. But to increase the equity in your home, you have to have condition. A buyer is going to walk in, and if the home is in prime condition, you're going to get a fast sale in the least amount of time, and therefore getting the highest value. Condition is imperative. Firstly, we offer both buyers and sellers a full coverage home warranty. This protects our clients, so we take it to a new level. Besides the protection, we also ensure that the house is in optimal condition, so we do preliminary inspections for both buyer and seller, identifying any of the issues that may arise for inspection issues. We do a whole house power wash, we do professional cleaning. Getting the house in optimal condition is important. We have a moving truck, and there are several others that the buyer or seller can choose. It's $2,500 in gift certificates, and they can choose which ones are most important to them, that they need most. I'm going to have to give this to Paul. Paul is my husband and partner. He has been building houses since 1978. He knows homes. I know the market and Paul knows homes. That combination is a powerful one for any buyer or seller. We protect our sellers, and we also make sure that with Paul's knowledge, he will identify any issues in the home prior to putting the house on the market. Attorneys also work with Paul in correcting those inspection issues, very many of them which he will correct himself. We save people thousands of dollars. I think the most important achievement is that I really care about my clients. I develop a relationship with them, and I keep that relationship going. As long as my clients are living in this state, we're going to be in contact. Most of my referrals come from clients. I have been a top producer since 2010 consecutively. I also was nominated for the past 7 years consecutively as the 5-star achievement, which means that I was nominated by clients for excellence of service. I was just nominated by the NAR as one of the top 10 producers, top 10 agents, and there have been a few other awards too. Mostly, I work hard for my clients because I care about them. I like to see results, and I have earned the reputation for increasing value. This has always been a problem for me. If you have 2 or 3 realtors coming to give you a valuation and they are all using Cloud Connect, they're all going to come up with the same answer, and you're going to think that this is correct. This is not necessarily true, because the criteria they use is the most recent sale in the closest proximity with the similar amenities and square footage. Now, of course, they're going to do the calculations for the square footage. However, I feel that square foot doesn't matter as much as the updates and condition. I have sold homes, and it's on my website, where I have actually increased the value by $65,000 in the one case, and the second case was by $42,000. I would be very, very careful in getting multiple agents coming in and giving me the same answer. I do a thing called a justified market analysis, where I actually show you how I get those numbers. Everything. We protect our clients and we take this to a whole new level. We give them full home warranties that cover them for a year, taking away liability, giving security. We give them free attorney representation. We also fiduciary agents, as I mentioned, and so we take that to the highest possible level because we give certificates that are going to get the house in optimal condition. We do the whole house power wash, house cleaning, preventative maintenance. We get rid of all the inspection issues by doing preliminary inspection and way more. An appraiser is always going to look at the closest proximity, the house next door, across the road, or down the road, because those houses would have been built in the same time. So it would be proximity, and then it would be the latest sale. Even though we can go for 1 year to look for a similar home, they will always use the most recent sale. They'll make adjustments for the square footage and for upgrades. However, the difference between what an appraiser does and what realtors do on the MLS is that they look at the homes that are currently under contract. These are the homes that they're going to compare to because they would be the most recent sale, and most realtors don't. I would have to say that pretty much 90% of my leads come from past clients. If you do a good job and your clients are satisfied, you have a transaction that is stress-free and you get the highest value for them. I think also maintaining that relationship and helping them after the close. We do special parties for them, and we also help them in increasing the value continually through maintenance and upgrading. I think that we are a family realtor working with mom, dad, the kids, grandparents, uncles, cousins. It really works for us. Okay, I'm glad you asked the question because I actually have a problem with these lead services. First of all, when they are offering you a 2% total, they are telling you 2% total for the listing. They are not mentioning the buyers. The buyer's agent, you still have to pay 2.5%. That equals to 4.5%, which is actually negotiable between you and your agent. If you are purchasing through them and you're selling, they're going to be giving you the reduction anyway. Then you talk about Realtor.com, who we have to pay them 25% of our commission in order to get those leads. Never have I been asked what my production is, how close I sell a house to the asking price. I just feel like they're getting agents who don't have the resources to be able to get their own clients, so they're purchasing leads. You're not getting the top agents. And then of course there's Dex, who says that they will do a total of only 2%, eliminating the buyer's agent completely. This is the biggest mistake that you can make. Multiple listing ensures that we share all our listings, so you get the maximum amount of buyers and sellers. Dex is using your listing that they get for 2%, and they are marketing your property to be able to bring the buyers in. It's going to take a lot longer to sell your house. I don't think it's a good idea at all. No, leasing a home is way cheaper than buying a home. Because when you purchase a home, you have to worry about maintenance. You've got taxes. There's a lot of additional things that go into purchasing a home. However, when you're leasing a home, you don't have the responsibility, and you also are not building the equity. Ultimately, purchasing a home in the right area, a home that you can increase the value through maintenance or even adding on, is far better. Is it cheaper? No, definitely not. Purchasing a home is more expensive. It's kind of hard to determine because each year changes with the market, especially with the down market that we've had. But my production is pretty constant. It's always been over 25 million a year. I think more importantly the question would be is how many houses do I list and sell at top dollar? And that would be about 100% of them. Absolutely. There's strategy in negotiation, there's strategy in a lot of things, but what I think is most important is if a seller comes to you and wants to put the house on the market, you've got to look at what the most recent sale was. If somebody just sold their house because maybe they inherited something from their parents or had to get out due to a job and they sold their house low, your home is going to be impacted by that. We have to have 3 comparables to be able to get the value for your property. Strategy is eliminating the home that's going to bring your value down. So just because somebody wants to list their house doesn't mean it's necessarily the best time. You have to inform your clients of what the latest sales were, that way ensuring the optimal price for the home. Equity is the difference between what you owe and what you own. The only way to increase equity is maintenance. You've got to upkeep your home, you've got to improve on your home, and that's going to increase the value of your property. The VIP plan originally started as Veronica's incentive program. When Paul and I joined forces, we made this a company, which is now Veronica's Realty sister company, and it is our maintenance division. This is where our clients can get any of the trades at 33% less than what they'll get it anywhere else. Everything is warranted, and Paul oversees all the work that is done. This is for after the purchase, where you want to increase value, where you want to build on your equity, and it's also for during the process of selling a home so that we can get the home in optimal condition. Every client is eligible and they receive a certificate. Well, some of the services are really fun. So what we do is we get a list of all of your friends and family, and we send out notification for address change. We also offer a housewarming party to our clients. I gotta admit that this is all about me, because I get to meet the nice people because I work with nice people, and hopefully we'll sell them a house one day. What we also do is we offer the maintenance program to all of our clients, and that is if they need to have their floors redone or additions done, anything, they still get the same quality of service and a 33% reduction off of any trades. My name is Veronica. I'm broker owner of Veronica's Realty. I have been working in real estate since 1994. Started off as a buyer's agent and started working as a listing agent 5 years later, still with Remax. I went on my own in 2008, established Veronica's Realty, in which we work differently.